Yes, boss. Let's do it, man. You know what time it is, man. Choosing to be evil will ruin your legacy when you die, right? If you never heard of that before, I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you because I never did a topic like this before, and I'm glad I can. So here's the deal. You know how in the world that we live in today, a lot of people like to be reckless, choosing to be with it, I'm bad, or whatever the case may be. You have to understand that in this world, especially like in America, evil, negativity, badness, that stuff is glorified and respected. There are some people who respect people who can put fear in them because why? Yo, this person is dangerous. If you don't do what it is that they ask for, hey, it might just go down in here. There are some people, they move for evil. You get what I'm saying? And there's a lot of reasons why people choose to do evil, because not only can they get things from it, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that love it. But at the same time, you have to understand that when you do evil, you're choosing to do wrong. Whether it may be harming other people, being malicious, downright filthy, doing something that's evil to get you your ways or whatever it is that you want, please believe that there's a negative impact that it has on other people besides the people that are around you and you just doing it to yourself. You have to understand this, right? When you're being evil, there's a benefit to being evil. Let's start there, right? So being evil means robbing, killing, stealing, harming, whatever in those cases to get what it is that you want. Mind you, as I said, there are some people who learned in life that using force or being somebody who's aggressive or assertive in a negative aspect, putting pressure on people, doing the wrong things, it can get you things in life. And as well as that, it can get you respect from people. And as well as that, you get a lot of attention from it as well. Because i.e. what some people don't realize is this. In life, there are certain kind of people that get remembered. Listen what I'm about to tell you with this, right? People in this life are more likely to remember or respect. I'm not saying they don't respect good people. That's not the ticket. What I'm saying is pay attention to movies, documentaries, little stories that you've heard. You don't really hear anything about people glorifying or respecting good people unless it's like a Jesus. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being good. I like it. That's my thing. But what I'm saying is, do you hear of we're doing the Jesus special this week and the next week? That's church. That's something that's more common. People hear about God all the time. People have found out that if you choose to be evil, do harmful things, you can set a name for yourself and make history. Just by being evil. Look at the types of gangsters that they had out here. Look at the Al Capones. Look at the Italian mafias. All of these different gangsters. Look at the ones from Jamaica. Look at Duddas. Look at all of these people who've done something in an evil way. Whether it's harmed people, killed people, rob people, it doesn't matter. These same people end up getting movie specials. They get documentaries done about them. They get their name ran throughout the neighborhood and forever on throughout the hood and whatever the case may be. There's a lot of benefits for people doing evil. But what I'm trying to tell you is when you die, a lot of that shit that people remembered you for, it's never going to really be anything good. Because why? Your reputation wasn't really steady, dog. The bad outweighed the good. You get what I'm saying? And mind you, as I stated, I used to bury people. I used to bury all types of people. I buried scammers. I buried people who played football. You can tell when somebody was genuinely missed. Listen what I'm telling you. There are a lot of people who do these things because they want their name to be remembered. Yo, I want to be remembered as this type of person, this type of person. Whether you believe it or not, being malicious and grimy, you screw up your reputation like that, dog. I can give you an example of that on my own. Everybody knows this, bro. My mother passed away last year. Me and my mother weren't on the best terms. When my mother died, despite how much people knew my mom, this, that, and the third, her funeral never really felt like a funeral, bro. A lot of people who grew up with my mom and this, that, and the third, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog, there weren't a lot of people crying like that, homie. I shed tears for a little bit, but afterwards that shit wiped up. You remember, like, pay attention and think about it like this, right? Say, for instance, you go to a funeral. Like, let's say it's like your best friend or like a God forbid somebody like whoever lost their best friend. I don't want you to lose that, but pay attention when you go to a funeral for somebody who's meaningful, like a grandmother or a grandfather or uncle or auntie. People who are genuinely missed, you feel it, you can hear it, you can see the tears in the people that come out. Sometimes you have to understand that some people are doing all of these reckless things for a name, and when they die, they're not gonna see the way how their name has been tarnished or went away. Like, we remembered you and who you really are. You're a grimy person. You're filthy. You've done a lot of grimy stuff to people. I'm not saying that about my mom. Yeah, my mom did some stuff. I forgive her for that. But what I'm saying is, a lot of what she did in her life, I don't know of every detail, but a lot of people know how my mom was, bro. So when she passed away, people were there. People were, yeah, this, that, and the third. But, dog, it's like you can feel it. There wasn't really a lot of sadness there. Because why? People know what type of person you was, dog. And this is something I don't really get a chance to really speak on like that, because I do different types of videos. But you got to understand, if you're being evil, ask yourself why you're doing that. What's the reason for it? Y'all want a name that I could have remembered. Oh, you know, people respect fear. If you're doing it for some dumb shit, stop. I'm not saying doing evil for something that makes sense is where you should do it for. But what I'm saying is, I understand there's some people who are in a state of survival. I understand some people, based on their environment, that's how they have to act in order to get out, or whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is, understand why you're doing something. Are you doing it because I want respect, or I want a name? Because I'm telling you right now, when you die and you've been doing wicked things to people, a lot of people ain't gonna really give two fucks about you when you die like that, bro. Only the only people who are gonna care about you are the people who are like immediate to you. Like, example, you could have been a person who was evil to the world, but you were the sweetest thing to your kids. Your kids are gonna miss you for a fact. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you never let them see that side to you of who you really are. But what I'm saying is, when you die, the only people who are gonna really care about you, are gonna have some form of sympathy, are the people who you never really crossed and you held it down for. Those are only the really people, the only real people. And the reason why I spit it in those little directions like that is because there are some people who steadily burn bridges through life, and they don't realize, bro, like, you're not only tarnishing your name, but reputation, longevity wise. What if some shit hits the fan for you and you need help from somebody or assistance? People remember the things that you did. So it's not going to be one of those situations where you got a lot of people vying to come help you and things like that. Because why? We know what type of person that you are. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot that goes behind it. So I covered the negative impacts of it. Go into moral judgment now, right? Mind you, there are a lot of people, they don't care about their character or anything. They care about what it is that they can get from the things that they learn or who they are. There aren't a lot of people who stop and think about it tomorrow, like, you know what I did yesterday was wrong, or if I do this now, that can affect me in my future. There are a lot of people who have like a right now mentality. I need something right now. I don't care about if I'm going to get in trouble for it. Because why? They're thinking about a whole lot more instead of the bigger things that really count. That's why I said when some people die, the negative that they did in this world, it outweighs the good. So a lot of people don't know what side to pick and choose, or it's like, yeah, that person's gone, may they rest in peace. You get what I'm saying? It's one of those type of things. There's no extra care or concern like, yo man, I'm gonna really miss my friend. Yes, some people are, but if you were out here wreaking havoc, terrorizing people, being a friggin' animal, just doing malicious stuff to people, it's gonna be hard for people to miss you. Especially if you know you are out here doing evil. People gonna be able to throw you away. Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, it is what it is. You feel me? Another one, right? Cultural narratives. This is another reason why some people do this stuff. Based on some people's culture, these types of things are glorified and respected. Prime example, look at the black community, right? We respect, push, glorify, respect all types of things that don't really make sense. And we don't really respect or care for the people who are really doing something that does make sense. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you an example, right? Look at when there are people out here in our community that are doing something good or positive for the community. It gets overlooked. That's that good boy stuff. We don't like that. But let somebody do something bad or disrespectful with it, guess what? Everybody's fully locked in. Everybody pays attention to it. In our community, in our culture, we respect a lot of the wrong things. I'm going to give you another example into that, right? Look at the crate challenge. The crate challenge, when people was walking up on the crates and all of that there. People were coming from miles, gathering just to see people walk up and down some crates and possibly fall off of them. Versus when you see somebody, yo, I'm about to go off to college or I'm about to start this business. A lot of people don't gather around and stuff like that, bro. Because why? Our culture and our community is based off of a lot of negativity. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of negativity in the culture and people glorify and respect that. That's why there's certain little narratives and little angles that people see. Oh, well, this could get me respect or this could get me money. I don't care about being bad. I don't care about being good. I'm just going for what it is that can get me what it is that I want. There are a lot of people who drop morals in the world. So this is why you have to pay attention to that, right? Another one, I stated this before. Legacy of fear versus a legacy of respect. Mind you, as I said, there are some people, they do evil things because why? Me being evil, I'm going to get respect for it. I put fear in people. If you don't do what it is that I ask you to, if you don't listen to what it is that I tell you, if you try me, if you play with me, you know what type of time I'm on. There are people who do these type of things because it's like a baptism. Like, yeah, I'm baptized in the streets. You know what type of person I am. I've been to jail. I've been to prison. I'll do this, that, and the third over and over again. Because why? I'm proven to do it. So a lot of people are going to be given a lot of leadway and respect for it. Because why? We already know what type of person you are. We know what type of time you could get on. Let's leave that person alone. We're not going to size them. They leave people like that alone and try people who probably would never try them a day in their life or anything like that. That's why I said this culture and community is very screwed up. The mentality and what a lot of people respect out here. Because more people in our community, in our culture, in the black community, are more likely to respect somebody who did time or somebody who's wild or out there than to put respect on somebody's name who chooses to go to work or, you know, I want to further myself in life the right way. You get what I'm saying? That's what causes a lot of confusion for us. So that's why I said there are some people who don't really think about it tomorrow like, yo, my legacy could be ruined. Because why? All they know is doing wrong or doing evil or doing what it is that could get them to the next level, land of milk and honey, whatever it is that they want. You feel me? Now, last one, posthumous reflections, right? Posthumous meaning like you already know once you die, everything that you left behind, right? What is it worth? Yo, this person, yes, they passed away, but if you really think about it, they were evil. Such and such robbed people. Such and such did things that they never had to do. So that way, it's kind of making it easier for people to let go of your legacy. Because why? We know what type of person it is that you was. It's not like on an Al Capone level or one of these famous mobsters and gangsters where these people could have easily been forgotten. They did some things that really shifted society forever. You get what I'm saying? And from that, they took their stories, put it on the big screen, and there are a lot of people today who emulate those lifestyles, emulate those teachings, emulate what it is that they seen some of their famous gangsters do, famous mobsters do, and they follow behind it because they seen, yo, it got them something, maybe it could get me something. This is the problem in society. People are more likely to put something out there of badness and whatever because it's something that can be catchy and people are going to stop and pay attention to it. It's just like elementary school. When the teacher says, hey, that student is over there misbehaving, you ignore them. If people ignored negativity and evil, even though it's hard to do that, it wouldn't really have as much power, or we wouldn't be able to give it as much life to it because people aren't what? They aren't feeding into it. So that's why there's a lot of people who go about these routes. You get what I'm saying? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I can uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser. Just remember this. Being evil, you ruin your legacy. Choosing not to change or choosing to harm people, being foul, malicious, using your power to harm innocent people. I'm telling you right now, if you do not believe me, bro, there are a lot of people who screw themselves up from this type of stuff, bro. Because why? You use your power in an ill-advised way. You didn't do it in a way where it was upstanding. You just use evil and the things that you learn to harm people, especially people of your own kind. Step over other people, use them just to get to the next level. And here's another thing. There's a lot of people who do evil, and because they know if this stuff gets out there, let me see if I can change the narrative and dirty somebody else's name who probably never even deserved it. Let me bring them into my little dirty world. These are things that people do. So I'm trying to tell you this, bro. In life, you have to understand that there are certain groups of people that respect certain things. People who are downright filthy and malicious and grimy, they're going to respect those types of behaviors. People who have morals and principles, they're going to see that as the opposite. Yo, you're reckless. You're liability. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be marked as one of those types of people. You feel me? 444 the world, man. Peace.